Forms of Slavery Today Part 2. This presentation was created by Joseph Russell Timpu Geisen. Number 4. When your knowledge becomes obsolete. There are many people trapped today in their jobs because it is all that they know to earn a living. People usually start out early in their jobs and not even in their careers very optimistic that in a short time with the help of further knowledge, training, and sheer hard work they will prosper. They envision that they will gradually progress in their positions and maybe someday even be the boss or the owner of the company they are working for. Many even think of starting their own companies once they have mastered the skills in their current job, which is enough for them to learn the ropes of the business and start making it on their own. Many of these dreams and aspirations soon disappear and turn to frustration and disappointment when they do not progress in their jobs or careers. It is either their job is too competitive or there is no further development available for them in their current jobs. They become stuck with their jobs and are unable to escape this trap because they have remained in it for far too long that knowledge has progressed while they are still left doing the same old jobs over and over again. They are beaten by younger competitors who have more and much recent knowledge. As a result, they are passed on for opportunities such as promotions and special training. Their salaries remain stagnant too, and increases are insignificant because they are not perceived as an important factor in the company. They are hardly respected because they are not perceived as a major influence in the company. People in these positions are lonely and have very little power to change their situation, that they are most often abused by people who know this. They are often made to do unpaid overtimes or tasks that they are not meant to do, even tasks that demean their positions and work rights. They are not physically abused but are very much emotionally and mentally abused. Their abusers do this to them because they know that these people cannot fight back for fear of losing their jobs, which are their only source of livelihood, especially if they are paid so little that they have no savings to tide them over should they decide to resign. This especially happens to older workers who are now so tied up to the company for their daily living and also to their retirement. How many times have you heard the words "I cannot wait until retirement" in the mouths of many workers who are suffering in their jobs but are now so dependent to the company that they cannot do anything about it? This is especially true during the old days when the internet has not been invented, but this form of slavery still persists even today. Thanks to the internet, which has facilitated the propagation of various forms of information including those related to skills and knowledge needed in finding a job, more people have more options on what job to take instead of being stuck to one job forever in their life, and also usually also stuck in one position in their company. More and more people are also realizing that working for one company for the rest of your entire working life is not what it is all meant to be. The idea that you will give your entire life and sacrifice for the company and in return your company will take care of you until you get old and retire is hardly true these days. The business world is so competitive these days, and no company can ensure that they can take care of their employees until the day they retire. No matter how dreadful it may seem, but working for one company your entire working life in the same job and same position and worse in the same salary is not slavery. It becomes slavery when your superiors intentionally do not train you, so you will never get promoted or have other employable skills that you cannot get out of your job and work in a much better company in a much better job or position. It is slavery when you cannot fight the abuses that are done to you. It becomes slavery when you lose the power to change your lot in life. Number 5. Slave wages. In the past, slaves own nothing and are given only food and lodging and the bare necessities to survive. There is a form of slavery related to this, and it is called slave wages. The wages are called by this name because it is so little that the worker has only enough to live by, and sometimes not even enough. It is so low that the workers must combine their earnings just to be able to survive. Workers share one house or one room just to be able to pay rent. They usually buy cheap food which is not nutritious but is meant only for emergency hunger situations such as noodles and biscuits. They have to share living comforts such as televisions, radios, refrigerators, and stoves because they cannot afford to buy and maintain one. They work long hours just to be able to earn slave wages that they have no time to maintain their lodgings, which are usually dirty and in disarray. They earn so low that they usually take all available jobs that they can find and work 7 days a week from early morning until late in the night. Often they are abused because the abusers know that these people are so desperate that they will do any job no matter how hard it is for so little pay that it is almost considered demeaning and not worth the pay. For examples, you just need to see how some people who work in the cities who came from the provinces live. There are those who work in these conditions before but prospered, but there are also those who are forever stuck in these slave-like lives, forever earning slave wages that only enables them to survive and not much else. They are left forever renting in groups and unable to marry and have families because they cannot afford one, and there is no hope in sight. They may not be chained as slaves, but their life does. Slavery may have been legally outlawed a long time ago, but it is very much alive and well to this present day, existing in varied and more modern forms. There are sadly even more forms of slavery which exists today. End of presentation.
Reminder: I may be presenting you correct, incorrect, or intentionally misleading information for my benefit only. I advise you to conduct your own study and double-check this presentation. Thank you for your time. I hope you will continue to watch my other presentations. See you again later.